So I took the truck for a ride a couple days ago, just a few miles down the road, about 3 miles. It's got 3 miles on the odometer now. And came back, ran okay. Brakes, still a major problem. So I went ahead and ordered all my new brakes. So I'll be putting new brakes on this thing on the front end at least immediately. I think I've got everything I need to do the rear too, but for now, go ahead and do it all the front. Basically everything new. Surprisingly how easy it was to find everything. Rock Auto has been pretty awesome on this. But the next day I come out here and fire this thing up and it starts really rough. Missing like hell on one. So I'm gonna pull the plugs, see what they look like, and figure out what's going on. I know I definitely need valve seals. I might go ahead and use this time to go ahead and do that as well, since do have a slight oil leak right there, which makes sense since I think this valve cover's been off here. It's missing a couple bolts on the top, and it's got a brand new gasket sitting over here in the box, so definitely needs to be done. So I'm going to take care of that. So let me get this object here. I'm going to go ahead and pull the plugs first. We'll mark them so I know where they came from. I'll let you guys take a look at it, and probably pull the valve cover off of it, take a look, make sure nothing's gave up, and then probably want to go ahead and run a compression test on this engine today. So we'll see. Number one. Number two. Number three. Number four. 5. And 6. Well, number 4, it looks like we have a winner. Well, should have pulled the valve cover first. Check this out. Looks like I should have set valve lash on this thing a long time ago. So, I am going to try this over. Still worried that, well, that's an intake valve. It never sucked any air in, so it couldn't compress anything. Understand? Okay. Wow, that's it's interesting. This thing should, I mean, it's running and I've got 3. God, it's a ton of. So definitely need I'm needing to pull that off anyway, so I was go ahead and pull the valve train out. We'll go ahead and do the valve seals now. What's the worst that could happen? And set the valve lash the way it should have been in the first place. Get everything cleaned up. Put it all back together. Wow, okay. This is good news. I found the actual problem. And I don't know if somebody went in and adjusted the valves and just didn't really know how to and got them too tight, or if something stuck. We'll figure that out in a little bit. I'm getting ready to do the valve stems, but I don't think push rods are supposed to look like that. Hopefully that's all the damage. We'll see. I'm gonna clean up what I can, see if I can find a set of push rods for this thing, ahead and do the valve seals today. Hopefully I'll have it back and rolling again. So the engine sounded too good to be just that bad of a compression problem, which really is what blew my mind. I got to figure out how that happened. I'm going to assume that it's probably from setting and possibly one of the valves was stuck. But seeing that and thinking how good this engine was running before, man, it just, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, found one valve that was stuck. I got it freed up, running good now. It's amazing how this thing, because that has not been free. I don't believe this engine has. I do not believe that this valve was opening before. I think this cylinder shut down, and that's where my horrible mess came from. I don't think these things all bent at one time, because it ran great. Either I'm going to fire this thing up and it's going to run 20 times better, or shit's going to hit the fan. One way or the other, something's going to happen here, because this thing was running great. Took it down the road, ran out pretty decent. I mean, it's an old 6-cylinder. Parked it, it was running fine. Started the next time, and man, it was missing like crazy. So there's no way that this valve was moving, because I mean it was tight, and it was from sludge motor oil and crap, you know. So, putting it together, we'll see. All right, I'm playing the disappearing tool game. I'm sure everybody's played it, but I just had a magnet. I've been using it the whole time, and now it's disappeared. And of course it's a magnet, so if it rolled off, it's liable to have stuck somewhere. Killing me. So 4 more springs to do. Kind of a pain in the ass once you get to the back ones. Nice hard reach. Still disappearing tool. I don't know where this magnet's gone to. There's no place for it to go into the engine, so at least we're safe there. But did find some good news. One of those seals were actually cracked right directly in half and hard, so maybe these seals will do more than I thought originally. Still not holding my breath that this is going to fix all my problems. But it's fairly cheap, it's fairly safe bet. It's not going to do any damage. Yeah, I mean, they're still pliable, so some were good, some were hard as rock. All right, so starting to get some stuff together. I'm soaking these push rods in a little bit of degreaser. Hopefully get those cleaned up, get those ones straightened up tomorrow, get them, see how they look. Went ahead and set the rocker assembly down on it. all the bolts just snugged or just started. You can pull it back in and out pretty easy. So I got all new valve seals in it. I did have a couple rocker arms that were a little bit tight, so that might have been part of the bending issue. I had one valve stuck. I'm not sure what happened up here though. I mean, everything seemed to be fine up here at the front, so I'm not sure what went wrong on that one. Everything basically I've read and talked to says that, you know, it's not uncommon to see that happen on these engines, so I'm gonna put it back together and see if it runs good again. I'm gonna need some seals. I had to get some seals for that. They're in really bad shape. I might go ahead and I might put a fresh set of plugs in it. A cap and rotor, all that good stuff. I don't know. We'll look at that. I think I'll just get it fired up for now. Everything looks to be in order. I've got a gasket. I need to come up with some valve cover bolts. But I'll be able to start putting push rods in this thing, I think, tomorrow afternoon. I get home, I get those straightened up. Carefully straighten them. I don't like reusing them, but for what I'm going to do, it's basically get them straight, put them back in, make sure everything runs right, and I'll probably get a fresh set and put in it. Once I'm happy that I'm not going to be pulling this engine apart to rebuild it anyway. I don't want to be bending push rods all over the place. And I'll probably put those 3 push rods that I straightened in the very front, so even then I can replace just those 3 if there's a problem. It's getting there, man. It's getting there. Like I said, I got the push rods soaking, get the valve cover cleaned up real good. I got everything cleaned up here, vacuumed out. I didn't do any scrubbing or anything on the head because, you know, I don't want to mess with anything there. The rocker assembly, I cleaned it all out. Quite a bit of stuff in the galley inside the rocker, but the rocker arms themselves seem to be free. They didn't have anything stuck in the whole galley there. So that looks good. Everything's moving good now. Get it all torqued down. Get these push rods put in it. Get it adjusted out. I don't know. I think they're 28,000, 12 and 28 cold. I'll double check the manual there. But for tonight, pretty good shape. Got a little bit done. I went ahead and bought relays for my headlights. So figure out what I'm gonna do there. I don't know if I'm gonna, looks like it's got the same size, so I'll probably just splice in for my headlights and then put that in here. Splice in where they're at now and just use the relay. Slow process, a little hiccup in the road. It's all right. I'll get this all taken care of. This is stuff that happens. All right.